Good morning. Good morning, you guys. This is Donovin Darius, Rise and Shine. I know you guys on the way to work. We are top of the morning, 8 o'clock, or whenever you're watching this message. But I want to welcome you on to this morning's spiritual motivation. Thank you, Miss Patricia. I think she actually said it, man. It spoke perfectly to exactly what we do. Spiritual motivation, building the spirit on the inside to get you to motivate yourself on the outside. And so again, I want to welcome you guys this morning to this morning version of spiritual motivation, where we're talking about being strong and confident in everything you do. Being strong and confident in everything you do. Have you ever had a situation where, as you're walking through life and you find yourself at different phases of your life, you find yourself walking in different confidence? You find yourself feeling like, you know what, you're just invincible. There's times in your life that you can look over your life and you can see where no matter how big the challenge was, no matter how big the situation was, you just found yourself walking in extreme confidence. It just felt like you already knew the playbook. You already wrote the blueprint. You already had it planned out. Things just seem to be working out. But how many of you know sometimes that doesn't happen all the time? There's some times where you feel like it just seems like the world is crashing in around you. It just feels like whenever you go to do something, you're wondering, man, where in the world is my confidence? Why am I feeling anxious about stuff? Why am I feeling so nervous about stuff? Why does things seem to be happening all around me and I just don't feel like I'm just as secure or certain as I was? Well, if that's you, well, this morning's motivation, spiritual motivation, is going to be directly for you. And it's going to be talking about being confident and strong in everything you do. See, I don't care if you're a parent, I don't care if you're a spouse, if you're a friend, if you're a coworker, whatever you are, there's a certain level of confidence that we must walk in, okay, in order for us to be successful in anything we do. You see, success has everything to do with how confident you are in knowing what you're doing and bringing it to pass. And so how many of you guys know that if we can raise your level of confidence, we can raise your level of confidence not only in yourself, but also in your ability to do what it is you need to do, then you can actually have a better result. So again, this morning, I want to share a couple things about some things that actually helped me, some things that I struggle with, and then how it may help you. I'll never forget, when I got to the NFL, one of the things that I was nervous about, but I was also kind of really excited about, was the very fact that I was going to be playing against some of the best guys that I looked up to, man. Randall Cunningham, the Michael Irvins. I mean, you name it, the John Elway, the Terrell Davis of the world. I mean, Jerome Bettis, all these guys. And I remember coming to the NFL my first year and not really knowing. Granted, I was confident in college. I knew I had spent some time in college and I felt like, I reached All-American status. I did very, very well. I got drafted, all that. But how many of you guys know that when you go into a new territory, something that you haven't done yet, it's natural for you to feel nervous. It's natural for you to feel a little uncertain about how good am I going to do? Am I good enough? Well, I remember feeling those same feelings when I got into the NFL. And basically what it came down to, it wasn't that I was doubting myself, but I just was unsure of myself at the time because I did not have the vision of doing on this level. And so I remember going out there, and I remember when I first got to the Jaguars and I started to play in the preseason games, and we're now in the preseason. And I'll never forget going out there and just looking around and trying to find out, man, why am I feeling so nervous? Why am I down? Like, I've been playing football for a long time. Why am I not just on the top of the world and I'm having the feelings and the emotions of, hey, I'm living a dream? Why does this dream feel like a nightmare sometimes on the inside? Is it just me? Or is this normal? Is it normal what I'm feeling? Well, what I found to come to realize, and what I want to encourage you in, is that, you know what, those feelings that you feel, the uncertain feelings, the doubt, the anxiety, the nervousness, all those things are natural. They're natural. And sometimes for different people, they come with the journey. But in coming with the journey, I want to encourage you that in order for you to fulfill what you're supposed to fulfill, it comes with a certain level of confidence. For me, my confidence was always based in my level of preparation. You see, I truly believe the more you're prepared, the better you can perform. You see, before every game I went out, whether it's preseason or whether it was a regular season, one of the things that I continuously learned is that the better I was prepared, okay, the better I was prepared, the better performance I had. So number one, there were several things that I had to be prepared with, okay? Number one, I had to be prepared with my identity. I had to know who I was first. Okay, if I walked around with the self-image of, you know what, I'm just a rookie, or I'm just this, or I'm just my past, I'm just my problems, I'm just in my uncertainty, I'm just my shortages, or I'm just this, I'm just black, I'm just white, I'm just whatever category or classification you want to do. If I just say I'm just this, then my confidence would only go so much. So again, for me to be able to perform at my highest level, I had to start with my identity. I had to build my confidence in who do I believe that I am. Well, it was not until I realized that, you know what, man, I'm a child of God. Man, I have the greater one on the inside of me. I have unlimited possibilities and potential on the inside of me, that when I line up with that belief system and I line up with my actions to go form and perform it, there's nothing that can stop me. So number one, I had to be prepared. What built my confidence was being prepared in my identity. The second thing, I had to be prepared for the journey. I had to, number one, look at the journey and start with the beginning with the end in mind. I had to say, okay, where do I want to go in life? Where do I want to accomplish? I had to start there. And then based off what I want to accomplish, I got to back up and I got to write out all the steps that I believe it takes for me to accomplish it. So what does that mean? In order for me to accomplish and build my confidence, I got to begin with the end in mind. And then I got to write out all those steps that I believe it's going to take for me to accomplish it. And so basically, what does that mean? That also means that in that process, after I begin with the end in mind, and then after I write out the steps, then the third thing I got to do is I got to count up the cost. I got to say, am I willing? Am I able and am I willing to do what it takes to accomplish this? You see, that's where the rubber meets the road for some people. Some people's confidence are very, very low. Why? Because they have not counted up the cost. They basically wrote down the goals. They wrote down all the steps, but they have not committed. They have not committed to the whole process. They have not committed to the process that it takes, the energy that it takes, the effort that it takes, the perseverance, the dedication, the discipline that it takes to fulfill that journey, to bring that thing to pass. Ladies and gentlemen, I say to you today, nobody can make that journey for you. Nobody can raise your confidence. Nobody can create the discipline for you except you. But here's one of the greatest things I can ever tell you, that it's out there for you. I truly believe that every person that was given a dream to fulfill it. Every person that was given a vision of something deep and passionate that was going to help you and help this world and help people around you and create generational legacy was meant for you to accomplish it. But now it's up to you. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Are you just going to let it sit dormant, or you're going to build, or you're going to go from there? And so listen, that's my challenge for you today. I want you to walk around in extreme confidence and faith, knowing that guess what? I can accomplish anything. I can accomplish anything. And this morning, I want to encourage you. If you want to accomplish anything, if you want to walk in extreme confidence, it starts by your preparation. The preparation, number one, in your identity. Preparation number two, with beginning with the end in mind. What is the goal? Preparation number three, writing out the steps it takes to get to that goal. And number four, making up in your mind and being committed to the process, to the journey that it takes. I'm going to read a passage of scripture that I wrote on my arm before every game. I wrote it on my arm so that way as I walk out, I knew that, yes, Donovan, I can only do so much, but that I must believe and I must depend on the creator, the maker, the spirit that lives on the inside of me to help me to bring these things to pass. Sure, am I strong? Yes, sure. Am I fast? Sure. Am I smart? Sure. Am I all those things in and of myself? Yes. But I know that there's another level. There's another level more than just what I can do. There's another level for you. There's another level for you that you can accomplish. And so when I looked at my life and I said, I want to accomplish more than I'm accomplishing now, and I want to continue to walk out in a high level of confidence, I had to rely on my maker. I had to rely on the spiritual components on the inside of me to motivate me to do things on the outside. And so here's one of the things that I wrote down on my arm. Okay, and it's found in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. The story of this is basically you had Moses and then you had Joshua. Moses was basically, they were about to go on a journey. Moses was not going to be able to go on a journey, but he had like a mentor. He had a mentee, and he was basically building that mentee up to go into the journey. Just like I come on here every morning or whenever I come on and I get a chance to build you up in your inner person so that way you can live it out on the outer person, so that you can go on your journey, go on your day, go on your trip, go on your, your next career path, whatever it may be, okay, in whatever area of life, so you can go. And so you imagine Moses is talking to Joshua and building him up in his mind, in his courage, in his confidence, so he can go on a journey. And here's what he told him. Here's what he told him. He basically told him, this is Joshua basically saying, I am determined and I'm confident. He said, I'm not afraid or discouraged. He said, for the Lord my God will go with me wherever I go. There's another phrase, there's another verse, there's another version that talks about it. And when I wrote it down for the same chapter, scripture, Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, it says, for only be strong. And this is what Moses told Joshua. Only be strong and courageous. Only be strong and courageous. It goes on to say, as God was with Moses, God will be with you wherever you go. And then he said it again, only be strong and courageous. You see, I say to you, just as Joshua is he's about to lead the people into the promised land. He's about to lead his family into a place of the unknown where he hasn't went. He may have heard about it, but he hasn't went there yet. As you're about to lead your life, your family, your job, your personal health, your relationship, as you're about to lead yourself, you're about to go into another chapter of your life. I say to you, only be strong. Only be courageous. Only be courageous. You know what encouragement is? It's putting courage on the inside. That's why when I come on and I speak, I want to encourage you. I want to put courage on the inside. I want to ignite something on the inside to get you like, yo, I can do this. I will do this. Okay? And so as Moses told Joshua, and as Joshua reminds us, and I remind you today, as you go to the next chapter of your life, as you're going to the next thing, as you're looking at every area of the dimension of your life, okay, financially, emotionally, socially, physically, mentally, intellectually, as you look at your life in those dimensions, and you set the goal out there, and you set the path it takes, and you make the commitment, now I say to you, as you're prepared to take the first step of your life, only be strong, only be courageous. Is there an option to doubt? Is there an option to fear? Yes, it is. But here's my commandment to you. Here's my instruction to you. Here's my suggestion to you. Here's my encouragement to you. Only be strong. Only be courageous. Sometimes you just got to go anyway. Go anyway. I had this thing I used to do. I used to count to 3 and then I used to go. If it was something really, really big that I wanted to go, where I felt like there was some depredation and some fear, some hesitation, and I knew I needed to do it, instead of me talking myself out of it, I would just count 1, 2, and 3. And by 3, I would just go. And you can imagine, as I was going, all these thoughts, Donovan, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This, that, and the other, whether it's calling somebody or whether it's approaching somebody, whatever it may be, 1, 2, 3, go. And then as I'm going, I just start the process. So I say to you today, only be strong, only be courageous. As God was with Moses, as God was with them, God is with you, strengthening you, encouraging you, enlightening you from the inside out. Nothing formed against you going to prosper, but in all things, you are more than a conqueror. So listen, my encouragement to you, man, listen, if you like these messages, man, as we get ready to close the day, do me a favor, go ahead and push the like button. If this message spoke to you, do me a favor, hit a 1, bam, go ahead and check in. Let me know this was a message for you and you got something out of this. Okay, secondly, don't forget, like the other pages, okay, my other pages. All right, the Donovin Darius Next Level Training for fitness, for training, for health, for wellness, for upcoming events, sports camps and stuff like that. My foundation, Donovin Darius Foundation, make sure you check that out, okay, for different community events we have for teenagers, youth, parents as well, events as well. And then my public page, you can get all the stuff you need on the Donovin Darius public page. Don't forget, go to the YouTube. On YouTube, I put a lot of the videos and additional content, behind the scenes stuff as well. So listen, you guys be great. Have an awesome and wonderful day, man. Be blessed today. Let me know. Post your feedback. Post any comments. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, if there's an area, there's an issue, there's an idea that you want me to create a video about, go ahead and post that in the comment section. Let me know and I'll come back when I get a moment, and I'll post a video about it, all right? And then definitely give you a shout out as well. So listen, you guys take care. Have an awesome day. I want to congratulate all the winners, okay? All the winners of, receiving one of my latest books, Next Level Motivation, Principles of Living Life to the Fullest. Those books has been mailed out, okay, to our winners. Basically, all they did simply is they just signed up for the newsletter at DonovanDarius.com, so that way you can get the motivational newsletter per month and be a part of my list and kind of know what it is that we got going on and how you can get some of the material, videos, articles, everything. So DonovanDarius.com. For doing that, basically we had 10 winners that I shipped out a free copy of my book, signed it and everything directly for them. So listen, they'll be receiving it here in the next couple of days, but I want to thank everybody for being a part of this. Thank you guys. May you have an awesome and wonderful day. Don't forget to share this message to someone that you believe needs it, and they'll be blessed by it as well. Listen, love you guys. Have an awesome and wonderful day. Peace out.